Next on Be More to Do More podcast.
You never truly fail.
Okay.
Unless you give up. Kobe Bryant. Anybody ever had a teacher that tell you that you ain't gonna be nothing?
I ain't really had that. I heard it in rap songs. So your feeling of failure led you to success.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
So you never failed.
It's crazy.
So is there a failure?
In my opinion, no.
In your opinion?
In my opinion, no.
I do agree with that, but
oh shoot. You know, somebody say but it just sound like it's about to go left. Ooh.
There is a failure.
Okay.
If you're a drifter.
Walk me through that, because
outwitting the devil. If you're not a purposeful type of being, you won't see it as a lesson. You would only see it as a failure.
Let's talk about it. When the last time you told somebody keep their head up cause you concerned about them? Stick and move, we can get it done. Call it unity, it ain't no way around it. Cultivating, we get motivation from the big guy. We don't play about them. Going hard for the game, showing love, don't tolerate hate around it. Sticking to keeping it real, we never keep up with the scope. Wanna be more than do more than most. Wanna be more than do more than most.
This episode is brought to you by Lucilla's Cleaning Service, where your cleanliness is our business. Now, this company specializes in commercial and residential cleaning. So if you want a free quote, be sure to reach out to their website at www.lucillascleaningservice.com.
What's happening, people? Welcome back to Be More to Do More podcast, where we help you to become the person you need to become to do the things you called to do. You got your boy Tone in the building and
Henry Allen Harton.
The what?
Third.
Don't forget.
3.
You already know, man. Listen, we got a special podcast today.
Yeah.
It might be a little controversy.
Maybe.
Not too much. We don't go too far, but we'll see.
So, little background to this before he plays the clip.
Yeah.
The Bucks suck.
There's a controversy.
No, you know, Jimmy Butler put them boys out a couple weeks ago, a few months ago, whatever it is when this drops. But reporter asked Giannis a question about does he feel like this is a failure, this year's a failure.
Right.
And Giannis had something to say. But he also did, though.
What was that?
He also brought one of the GOATs inside him.
No, he didn't.
He brought one of the GOATs.
No, he didn't.
So let's hear it.
Okay, let's go.
There's no failure in sports.
Seriously, what does failure mean? It doesn't exist.
You know, there's good days, bad days. Some days you are able to be successful. Some days you're not.
Because, you know, if I fail today, I'm going to learn something from that failure and I'm going to try again on Tuesday.
And that's what sports is about. You don't always win.
The story continues. So if you fail on Monday, the only way it's a failure on Monday is if you decide to not progress from that.
So 50 years from 1971 to 2021 that we didn't win a championship, it was 50 years of failures? No, it was not. It was steps to it.
So to me, that's why failure is not existent.
It's not a failure. It's steps to success. There's no failure.
I don't know, man. Sound a little sorry, like you. I don't know, man. Sound like it's an excuse. Nah, I'm just playing. Go ahead. Let's talk about it, man.
You never truly fail.
Okay.
Unless you give up. Kobe Bryant.
Boom. I agree.
Like, and that's the thing, right? Like, we had, you know, we talked about a lot of different topics and a lot of different things, but to all my doobies out there, just know you're not going to go out every single day and achieve the things that you want to achieve every single day.
No.
But don't get defeated.
No.
Because it's okay.
It's okay.
Because you only fail when you stop trying.
Mama. I feel like your ad-lib.
Just R.I.P.
R.I.P. Kobe. R.I.P. Kobe. So I definitely agree, man. Like, you know me, man. Everything's spiritual.
Yeah.
Because everything is a learning process, you know. And that's, I think, okay, going back to Robert Kiyosaki in the book A Second Chance, he talks about how school, the system, taught us that it's not okay to fail, you know, because of course we take tests, and based on that test is a direct, you know, expression of, you know, if we're smart or if we're dumb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if we fail, we're dumb.
Yeah.
You know, versus making the mistakes and learning from it. So I think throughout, adulthood, we carry these perspectives.
Yeah.
And we apply it to our lives. And sometimes a lot of times it discourages us from really operating our true purpose.
But it's not true.
That's not.
Like, so you got a beef with the self-help industry, right?
I do.
I got a beef with the school system. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey, man. Hey, me too.
I got a beef with them because
let's do it.
I just do not agree with that concept that just because somebody doesn't know how to add numbers and letters together,
right,
means that they're stupid.
Right.
Like I just don't agree with that. Like I don't feel like, I think it's just this conversation going so left.
Okay.
But you brought it up. You said I'm just
nah, that's cool.
on it.
That's cool.
But I just don't agree with the way that the system is designed. Like it makes you feel like you're inferior,
right?
Because you don't know what general defeated what war or what battle in the Civil War. Like it's useless information,
right? Yeah.
Sorry to all my historians out there. It's no personal attack on you.
They throwing their phone and laptops right now.
If that's your thing, that's your thing,
right?
Know that, but let that be your thing.
Right.
Don't. And I get it. There's like some things like American history. You want people to know your history, and I get it. There's some things. Don't get it twisted. I get it.
Right.
But I just think some of the deeper stuff, like why do we have to do all like of this extra stuff? It just don't make sense to me.
Yeah.
But it makes you feel like you're a failure because you're not interested in it.
That's true.
And that's a problem.
That's true, man. I think, all right, so testimony. I wasn't a good student at all, and I don't think I'm dumb, but I still do kind of have problems with reading comprehension. So I have to read it multiple times before I
would have never known that.
Yeah. So like, why I don't want to take something out of context. That's why.
Dang.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's kind of like it's my kryptonite, but it's also my super strength because I read it over and over. But it's something that I'm interested in reading.
Yeah.
Now in school, we had the ITBS test. You remember that?
The what?
Oh man, I'm showing my age.
Like TBS, like television. Like what are we talking about here?
I'm showing my age. Oh my gosh. I'm showing my age, man.
You gotta tell us now. I mean, I don't know what that is.
The ITBS test is something like
that got something to do with tuberculosis. What is that? Like
all my doobies who's 35 and older.
Is that a APS like Atlanta Public Schools?
I forgot what the initials even stand for, man. Intelligence something, man.
Now we had the CRCT though.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something like that. So
I think that's what they called it. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's something.
I just remember the Scantrons.
Yeah, we had. It's pretty much the same thing. We had the Scantrons, and and I used to always fail like reading comprehension.
Is it because you put C for every answer?
Yeah.
You didn't know it.
I think my attention span too, bro. Like, I think my attention span always been short. Yeah. Not only in the social media era. I just think that's just what it was. Mm-hmm. And yeah, man. And it was one point where I think a teacher called my mom. I didn't know it, but called my parents, say I might need to not go down a level, but need more help or something like that to a degree. Something like might need to be in a special class or something. To that degree.
Yeah.
And I think they hid that from me, but I think my dad kind of hinted it or somebody hinted it to me. And I was like, what? Please. So I passed that class, by the way, just to show them that, no, I'm not special.
Don't try me.
Don't try me. I'm just not interested. And I do have a struggle in this. But, I don't think that's a necessary way to like grade our kids, man, because what happened is that we take these issues and we take that format in life when we apply it to life. Like if I fail or the A student, I don't want to do this because I'll fail. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Robert Kiyosaki say, I keep bringing him up, man. He say all the A and B students works for the C and D students.
All the A and B, that's real.
Yeah.
Because I was definitely a C student.
I would have never known, bro. Really?
Like, all right, so like I was Man, education, I was the man.
Right.
Until like 5th grade.
That was me.
Oh man, I was getting A's and B's on everything.
That was me. Yeah.
And then 5th grade happened, and it went downhill from there. Now, it wasn't until now. I will say, once I figured out the game, because it's a game. School is a game.
Right. Right.
And you don't realize it.
Right.
When you're really in it, but like if you study, like it's like what's coming on the test. Like for the most part, like at least in college it was like that.
Right.
Like it was more. I felt like it was more transparent in college.
Makes sense.
And my last 2 years in college, like I had probably like a 3.5.
Oh, really?
But before that, like from sophomore year in college all the way down to like 5th grade,
right,
struggled.
Yeah, I think I barely made it 2.0. Barely. And I think the teachers just gave me that so I can graduate, man.
Yeah. Let's talk about these teachers real quick, man.
Yeah.
I feel like I was going to save this for something else, but
it's on your heart, man.
It's on my heart, man. It's on my heart, man. Anybody ever had a teacher that tell you that you ain't going to be nothing?
I ain't really had that. I heard it in rap songs, but I ain't never had that.
Who said that? Was that Meek Mill? My teachers tell me.
I heard Tupac too. Was it Tupac?
Tupac said it too.
Biggie Smalls. I know he said it. I just know a lot of rappers said it.
Because and it's so interesting though, right? Because it kind of goes right into what we're talking about, but because we didn't fit this mold,
right,
of what a student should look like, act like. That means we're gonna be failures at life. Oh yeah, that's true. Like who said that? Yeah. Who tells somebody, who tells a 8th grader, or maybe I was in 7th grade, I don't remember. Right. That you're gonna be a failure at life. Man. Who tells somebody that? Like it just and I look at and I little humble brag, like I make double what you make, probably triple what you make. You know what I'm saying? Like I just no disrespect to my teachers out there. I'm just saying like right. Man, we got to be careful on how we communicate with our students. That's true. We got to be careful on how we communicate with certain things because there is no failure. So I was about to get into that. What if they adopted that mindset like there is no failure? How would that change their outlook as to how they teach? Yeah. And communicate with their students? It'd be different. I mean, it'll be so much different because like they'll understand that. I think it's kind of evolved to that step. Yeah, we're getting there. Because like they're especially with COVID, kind of force people to kind of step out their box, right? With the digital learning and like sometimes like again like you've seen it before, right? I feel like it was on the episode of Abbott Elementary, maybe. I don't know, maybe not. Right. But like you had this really smart kid. Yeah, that finishes their work and they just act bad because it's not a challenge to them. Yeah, that was Abbott. Yeah, so like the girl was walking on the wall. Boy, what she was doing? But go ahead, out of control, right? Yeah, but like school wasn't challenging for her, right? So, but if she was able to be in like some kind of different course, right? She would have been able to, or different, like being able to do things at her own pace. Right. She would have stayed engaged. Like, oh, let's go. Like, I'm killing this. Like, right. So I think it's a lot of that. Like, it just, if people, I think we're again starting to learn that people learn in different ways. Like, I'm a very kinesthetic learner. Right. I have to do it for me to like really pick up on it. Makes sense. You say it to me. Right. I may not pick up on it. If I see it, I may not, but if I'm actually applying it and doing it, right, you'll pick up. I'll pick up a lot quicker. Man, I'm a visual learner, hence why I do media, video, and all that. Oh, okay. Look, it's all coming together. Okay, keep going. It all makes sense. Yeah, it's all connected. I'm a visual learner, so like a lot of YouTube, I'm self-taught. You know what I mean? Like YouTube. Thank God for YouTube University. Right. Boy, what? But going through school, like reading. I can read. I'm not saying I can't read, but just comprehending, I'm just reading words. It don't make sense to me. I have to see it. It has to be broken down to me visually, for me to understand it. But the question I wanted to ask is that going through that, right? How did that affect you in any kind of way in your adult life with that concept or that mind frame of trying to be perfect? Wait, from this.
Coming through the school system, like,
Oh yeah, I mean, okay, I thought you were talking about the teacher telling me ain't gonna be nothing.
you heard that before?
Yeah,
That's a thing?
Yeah, like me and my best friend. Shout out to Ryan. Me and my best friend, we would, dude, we probably deserve what she told us. She probably just pissed off, but like,
Right.
and we wouldn't do nothing like super crazy, like,
Right.
you know, but like we would just be in class and like, remember the National Geographic books?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
So we would pull up the National Geographic books and like find something that looked crazy.
Right.
And then like look at each other. Hey, this you right here. This you right here. It'd be like a freaking, I don't know, koala bear or something.
Right.
Like, just something weird, just whatever. Right. And we would just like, just do little random stuff like that.
Wow.
I
said, wow.
I always thought they said, why was it? But yeah, like, it was, I mean, we would just, you know, cause like it was school's boring.
It's kids, though, right?
Yeah, kids, like, and it's just like, again, it's like that leads you to tell us that we ain't gonna be nothing just because we ain't acting right, like acting the way that you feel like we should act.
Wow,
you know,
that's still like baffles me, man. I heard it in rap songs, but I know maybe because of school I went to. I mean, that just was that was the standard.
But that you didn't ask this question, but I'm gonna say it. So I thought this was you were leading that, but you know, what did it do for me?
Right,
I'm petty.
And
what I mean by that is like I ain't gonna say I hold grudges,
right?
But like if somebody say something that I can't do something,
right?
Okay,
yeah, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you because
I'm kinesthetic.
Oh, okay.
Let me show you.
Right.
You know, so I think I carry that like even to this day. I think a little bit. I really want to say the teacher name, but I ain't gonna do it like that.
Don't do it like
that. But
gosh, man, we can. What's IG?
You know, that lady probably. I don't know that lady even living there. You know, but
oh Jesus, oh Lord, help us.
but like I carry that with me because like, okay,
right,
that's okay, that's
right,
cute. Okay, that's cool. You feel like you feel that way, no problem.
Right,
and I think even and we're cool today. You know, I remember being turned down for my first branch manager position. Mm-hmm. Man, it was perfect too. Like, and I knew I was the best on terms of the Matrix. Actually, me and Bo was competing for this.
Shout out, Bo.
But I was the best on the Matrix. So like I knew I was gonna like get this position because like I just knew it. Right. So I get the call, and I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, okay, all right, yeah. We decided to go with another candidate. Like what? You know what I'm saying? Like okay. Like I'm thinking like maybe Vo because she had like a couple things that were better than me. Like it was a couple things, but I was like. And like, okay, I was like, okay, did Vo get it? No, we decided to go to a different candidate.
What? Not even cuz?
You know what I'm saying? And like, I was like, okay. And I was like, that's who you chose? No disrespect to him. You know, I'm competitive, right? I'm just a little petty, but competitive as well, right? And I was like, okay, cool. That's who I'm gonna show you that you made a mistake.
Wow.
And internally, like that fueled me to get to where I am today.
Makes sense.
Because I had to show, you know, it's almost like Drake said, making major changes to the life I'm living. I had to prove I made the right decision.
Wow.
It was about dropping out of college.
Right.
And that's how I felt. Like I had to prove to them that, now you really messed up. You really should have chose me. So your feeling of failure led you to success. Yeah, it's crazy,
so
right?
You never failed.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But that's what I'm saying. Like, don't give up because like, just because somebody tells you no, just because like, you know, you don't hit the mark that month or whatever, like it's not over.
Right.
Like, you still you still living. What you doing?
That's
like,
true.
Why you get what you feeling sad for?
Right.
It's okay to be in your moment, have your moment.
Man.
Embrace it. But like we ain't finna be sitting for days crying. Like when you can go do something like, okay, this is what you said I ain't good at.
Right.
Great. I'm gonna show you why I'm great at it.
That happened.
And I became the number one branch manager on the entire team.
Bars. It's petty, man. Hey, but that happened to me on the reverse though.
Yeah.
So me knowing that I had this, reading comprehension thing and just feeling like, and then, it was like I would hear little comments every now and then, like, and just kind of, I guess it might have not been what I thought it was, but because of that insecurity, I took it that way. So I spent like, I want to say half of my adult life trying to prove to myself that I was smart. So, I went to school, I hit dean list, I did some other things in business and all that, but
dean list, well,
yeah,
I never did that. Well, okay.
Oh yeah, and
okay.
I mean DeVry University.
Let's go.
But and then I dropped out.
Why you dropped out? Like what happened? Like what?
So, bro, I'm called to be an entrepreneur. It's like my calling. But the point I was getting at is that me trying to prove to myself that I'm smart is hurting me as an entrepreneur, because an entrepreneur is not called to be a specialist. An entrepreneur is called to be a generalist.
Yeah. Walk me through that.
Because think about all of the systems and the operations in a business that you have to know a little bit about something in all of the variations of entrepreneurship versus just being an accountant. Or being, because you got a self-employed accountant, they can be self-employed, but entrepreneur builds systems that you have to know, you know what I mean? So that's been a struggle with me trying to prove to myself, hey, I can do this, I can do that. Yes, I can do it, but it's hurting me trying to prove to myself that I am smart and I am capable versus just, okay, let me learn some of this, learn some of that, and then just hire out, and just delegate, and just oversee to a point where, or just being a good manager to a point where I can understand what's going on, but I don't have to know all of the details. I just know what looks right and what looks wrong. Right. You know what I mean? Right. But me being, trying to prove to myself that I'm capable or I'm smart, it's hurting me because I get stuck in one area. You know what I mean? Versus just moving to the next area. So it's really hurting me. I think it was one day in meditation. I don't know if God speak to y'all, man, but he speak to me. So he was like, what are you trying to prove?
What did he sound like?
He sound like me. But I know I ain't that smart. When you sit down, you ask yourself, what are you trying to prove? And then you're like, what? You're like,
looking around.
What? And it comes out of nowhere, it's just right there. And I have to sit down and say, like, that's a good question. Like, what do I have to prove? Because that can get in the way of me actually pursuing the purpose that he purposed for my life.
Yeah.
So I'm still struggling with that, bro. Like, I be going back and forth online with people. I'm just a little confession, man. Look,
you be getting Twitter fingers, man.
Oh man, I be going back and forth, man. So I'm just putting this out here to let y'all know that I'm a changed man. I ain't trying to compete with y'all no more. I ain't trying to whatever, man. Just say or do whatever. As of today. But yeah, that
here at Be More to Do, man, we come up with revelations and we become changed on this pod. We becoming. We continue to becoming.
Yeah, we becoming, man.
So now he's gonna do differently.
Yeah. And really, I've been, man, all week I've been really like, dang, there's something really wrong with me, man. Like, why do I have to keep like going back and forth, man? Like, I need help. But yeah, the guy was like, what are you trying to prove? I was like, got a point.
Yeah.
Nothing. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all to the glory of God, man. But yeah, anyway, that's my little rant. That's one of my little, I guess, learning experience from what we would call failure, So yeah. So is there a failure?
In my opinion, no.
In your opinion?
In my opinion, no.
Okay.
Because just, again, like you have so many things that you can do from failure. Like, it's motivated. It's always motivated me. Like being a failure is always like, I always feel like I was like number 2.
Right.
So,
right.
And I think I look at it a little bit differently now because I'm almost like what you were saying, like, what are you trying to prove?
Right.
I know who I'm trying to prove. I know what I'm trying to prove. Like, I know, like, for example, right? Like being in my position in my company and being a successful entrepreneur.
Right.
I remember one of my manager was like, hey, let me know when you can do it because I haven't been able to do it.
Right.
And so it's like, okay, that's cool. But I don't get it twisted now. I see why, because like it's so much.
Right.
How do you have time to run a business as well on the side?
Right.
But look, we figured it out.
Oh yeah.
We're figuring it out, right?
Let me show you.
And,
Patty.
Yeah, but like
show you.
Because I hire people that want more.
That's true.
Right? They meet core competencies and they want more out of life. And, and the reality of it is like sometimes your career can't give you everything that you feel like you should have.
No, that's facts. Yeah.
But you love doing it or you're good at doing it or whatever, right?
Right.
And you gotta be able to, and at least how I feel about it is I feel like, I need to be able to walk people through on how to make it happen. Is it going to be easy? No.
Oh my gosh, bro. You just bring in so many. I have so many thoughts when you say stuff. So many thoughts. So out of your, let me put it back on me, failed experience.
Yeah.
You're learning who you are.
Oh yeah.
Like, okay, yeah, go ahead, bro. My bad.
No, good. No,
you're learning who you are because you said, okay, you say your manager said it. You just show me if you can do it. But out of your petty, I gotta name it.
Petty.
Yeah, I gotta name it because so people can, stay with us here. So you say I'm petty.
Yeah.
So out of your, I can show you, or let me show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know that and you use it to your advantage.
Yeah.
And you got that from a fear of failure.
Yeah. Like it's all like you said, like almost like the reverse, right? Like,
yeah.
Like I used to be so driven by, let me show you that you're wrong.
Right.
That, okay, let me show you how to do this. Like, let me show you that you can be right or that you can. You know what I'm saying? Like it's more so like that's my like.
I got chills.
Lane now.
Right.
Like I'm a prove it right.
Right.
Whatever that is.
So there is no failure.
Yeah, it's possible. Like everything is possible.
Right.
Everything is possible.
Right. You got a lyric? I know you said you got a
lyric. No, I got the bars, baby.
I know you got a lyric.
You know I got the bars.
What's the lyric, man? Because I was really ready to get into the lyric.
Sorry. I
want to talk about that. What's the lyric, man? Let's.
Lyric of the day. Lyric of the week. Sorry, lyric of the week. I gotta, I almost want to sing it because it's just such a fire, like little ballad. But the culture exec is here. Normally I choose things that are rap and hip hop.
Hold on, he had to put a disclaimer out there.
Normally, but today is a little different.
What we got?
A little different. I got some Lady Gaga today.
Let's go.
I got some Lady Gaga, and I don't know if y'all seen the movie. I think it's A Star Is Born.
Yeah, with what's the name? The actor
Bradley
guy.
Cooper.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Dope movie.
I ain't never seen it.
Like the song goes so well with the movie. Like you hear the song, Shallow.
Right.
It goes so well with the movie.
Wow.
Like it's because it's like it's good.
Right.
It's good.
I gotta go see that, by the way.
I ain't, but y'all owe me a check, but God. All right.
A couple of people owe us checks on this show, man.
We're gonna get paid. Don't worry about it. We'll work it out. We'll figure it out.
Figure it out.
Lady Gaga says, "I'm on the deep end. Watch as I dive in. I'll never meet the ground." And what does that mean? Like, how does that relate to failure, right?
Oh.
You're on the deep end of like trying to become who you need to become to do the things you're called to do.
Right.
Just dive in.
Right.
Because as long as you're pursuing your purpose,
right.
As long as you're pursuing trying to become more than who you are today,
right.
You'll never meet the ground. You'll never fail.
Oh. Then he gave that. What boy spitting over here, boy? Bars.
But it's real though.
So it's like that's how I see purpose and your journey. It's like because we oftentimes think it's a destination, but it's a continuation of a journey, and I'm not saying you never reach your destination, but when you do, you never just stay there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You keep going. So of course you're going to keep what they call fail, but you're going to keep learning and growing and learning and growing, which is a part of your purpose and a part of your growth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I do agree with that, but
oh shoot. Somebody say but it just sound like it's about to go left.
But
I learned that though. I learned that you should
however,
you should use other words.
Yeah.
You heard that before?
How to Win Friends. Oh, is that
that's probably where I heard it from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's How to Win Friends.
I be developing myself. I don't be forgetting why I even get stuff with it. I'm like, dang, that makes sense though. Yeah. However,
there's something like that. It's been years. But I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
All right.
My wife don't like when I say devil's advocate.
Why?
She's something devilish about it, I guess. The reason why I'm saying devil's advocate, outwitting the devil.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
There is a failure.
Okay.
If you're a drifter.
Walk me through that, because
outwitting the devil.
Because if you're on your purpose,
if you're on your purpose, then you know you're on purpose. You know you're intentional. You know you're on a journey.
Yeah.
So you know that if you quote unquote do fail, it's not a failure. It is a learning lesson. It's God's way of producing something in your life. I want to say not a trial, but an obstacle course that's going to make you stronger, build your endurance. That's how you see things, because you're a purposeful type of being. Kobe Bryant is a purposeful type of being. Giannis, right? Giannis, my bad. A purposeful type of being. Henry Harden III, purposeful type of being. But if you're not a purposeful type of being, you won't see it as a lesson. You would only see it as a failure, and you would stop.
Dang. I ain't even got no rebuttal for that, because I think you're right. Just because again, all right, because man, okay, hold on.
So what I'm saying is, failure, there is a failure depending on what type of person you are or where you are in your journey.
Give me an example. So I feel like
what's the difference between, I'm pretty sure Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player ever, right?
No. No.
Okay. Let's just say he is, right?
No, we're not. We're not.
Kurt, I need your help, buddy.
Just because he won 6 titles, no, we're not gonna disrespect the 75 years that the NBA has been around for 6 years.
Okay. We'll say Curry. Curry is the best. Curry is the best basketball player in the world. But do you think somebody's out there is a better shooter than Curry is, that we haven't been exposed to?
Oh, for sure.
But what's the difference between Curry and that guy? And that guy knows it. So if he see this, he's going to be like, hey, he's talking to me.
He's talking to me.
He knows it. Yeah, he knows it. Because he's the guy right now saying, that should have been me. Because I shoot better than Curry. But what's the difference?
Probably shot somebody, so he's probably in prison or something. For real, legit, it goes back to discipline.
Right.
You put yourself in a, and it's not everybody's fault. Don't get it twisted. That just because certain situations, environments play a huge role in how somebody turns out.
That's true.
We ain't gonna be ignorant to that fact, but the reality of it is that something happened in that person's life that caused them to not be on that path of NBA, and it could be size. Maybe they might be 4'7".
Yeah, that's true.
But it can shoot.
That's true. I mean, Curry is what, 6 what?
He's 6 something. which is he looks short, but he really tall.
But he is short. He ain't the standard.
What you mean?
He ain't the standard.
6 foot something?
He ain't 6 foot. He ain't over 6 foot.
I don't know.
He's 6'2".
I don't know. But
He's short compared to NBA standard.
I don't know. Yes, short answer is yes, but but he ain't short.
Okay. So the 5 foot, let's just say there's a 6 foot something guy.
Now, Nate Robinson.
Yeah.
Remember Nate Robinson?
Yeah.
Nate Robinson's short.
Yeah. That boy be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, even what the older guys back in the day, you know what I'm talking about.
Muggsy Bogues?
Yeah, all of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they short too. Okay, let's just say Muggsy Bogues. Okay. Let's just. All right. There's a player out there who's better than Muggsy Bogues.
Yeah.
But never made it, but didn't make it.
Yeah.
And okay, let's say this. You say environment. Some may use that as an excuse.
Yeah.
Because they don't see the benefits in their environment. They don't see, they only see failure. They don't see opportunities.
I can't help but think about like, I got some, I'm telling you, man, I'm connected through, I'm connected to some very talented people.
Right.
Like I think about like our city, like Valdosta, Georgia.
Oh, okay. We got
229.
Specific.
Like there is some people that came from that city that should be in the NFL.
What happened?
I mean, it's a couple of different things. Like some of them just, again, discipline, right? You just falling in with the wrong crowd. And
yeah, who problem is that?
Right. But some of them, like, for example, right? My opinion, my brother will be a top 5 corner in the league.
Right.
No doubt about it.
Okay.
Top 5.
Okay.
Probably, if not the best. But guess what?
What?
He's 5'8". So
he
team,
maybe the same height?
No, he might be like 5. Yeah, he's like 5'8".
Okay.
Maybe 5'7".
Okay.
He's short.
Yeah.
Compared for NFL standards.
Right.
So but he produced. He was like first team all conference, all
right.
Like he was his senior year at VSU. He led the Division II or tied with Division II in interceptions.
Right.
Like he had, I don't know, man, like half a dozen touchdowns, like from like pick sixes. Right. Like legit, like nobody's catching the ball on him. Okay. Like as short as he is. Right. He had the production for it, but he didn't even get a look.
Okay. I got something. Watch how I do this. Watch this. Watch this. Maybe
you usher now? What's that?
Do it again. Do it again.
You usher? What we doing? What we doing?
What if that's not his purpose?
Oh,
is he gonna let that failure stop him from doing what he's called to do, or even pursue a calling that he's called, or pursue his calling? You see what I'm saying? Because some people may count that as a failure.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So maybe, I was going with the basketball thing, but I'm just saying, like, some people look at things that happen in their life as a failure. Yeah. And they completely stop.
Yeah.
I ain't saying bruh. Shout out to bruh.
Nah, he doing good. He doing.
No, my bruh doing this thing, man. I'm just saying, just as an example. But some people stop pursuing purpose because of their failure.
Dang, you know what though? Dang. You kind of hit on something, because what if, like you said, like what if it's just not in his purpose or in God's plan, right, for it to happen? Like there's something different,
right?
Oh, okay.
So you wasn't purposed to go diamond, me neither.
Yeah. physically. I went diamond in my head mentally.
Yeah.
I went diamond.
I mean, with Amway,
I walked across that stage in my head. I walked across that stage.
Now you will go diamond, but just not with OG. But go ahead.
But nah, that makes perfect sense. Like that makes perfect sense. But I think, dang, okay, maybe it's not for you to go down that path.
Right.
But because you be so caught up
right
in not because that was your plan,
right?
Not God's plan,
right.
You feel like you get defeated and you don't continue to pursue whatever it is
that's true
that God needs you to do, right? That's gonna be better for you in the long run.
That's true, right?
Dang, yeah. How many? Dang, because I'm gonna tell you too, right? Like, because I was at that crossroad,
right? Everybody, I've been there multiple times.
Yeah,
but go ahead.
But in sports, though, right? Like, because I grew up playing. I've been playing football since I was 4 years old.
Right.
Like,
so that was it for you, right?
Yeah. Like, and it's everything in the city. My environment breeds it. Like, it's everything.
Right.
So for me to be able to go realize that, okay, I'm not gonna get I had an offer to go to like a D3 school or whatever. I didn't take it.
Right.
I wasn't finna do that. I wasn't finna go to Iowa. Like, not going.
Shout out to Iowa.
No, not like it was a D3 school in Iowa. Not no, like I'm not gonna go there and be cold just to it didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
But like after I declined that offer, I was trying to walk on at the Fort Valley State University.
The Fort State, that Fort Valley. Shout out Fort Valley.
And it just didn't work out. Like even the field, like when I was doing the drills and stuff, like I was like, this don't feel like it's like it just didn't feel
like you anymore.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And had I been one of those people that just like, man, like I really want to play football, I really want to play for, a Division II, or a D1 school.
Right.
And I just, if I got defeated, I wouldn't be where I am today.
That's true.
I just switched gears.
Right. You switch bars. You switch gears because there's something that there's a greatness that you're called to. It may not have been NFL, but there is a greatness, right?
It's real, yeah.
So you didn't see it as a failure.
At the time, I did. But I think that it's gonna sound crazy, I guess, in a sense, but like. I remember being in high school and like, okay, we gotta win a state championship.
Right.
Because I don't feel like I've had my breakout moment yet.
Oh yeah.
To get noticed by like an NFL, like for like a college, the right college scout.
Right.
And so when we lost in like the game right before, we lost in the third round. So the game right before you go to the Dome, because at that time we used to go to Georgia Dome to play.
Oh yeah, I remember.
For the fourth game. But like, right before that, we lost, and I was like, dang, I felt like, so I had time to kind of prepare myself.
Right. Yeah.
But I think had we gotten to that and it not produced what I thought it was going to produce,
right,
I feel like I would have been a little bit more devastated by it. But because I knew that I needed and I don't know, maybe that's a thing that like, again, maybe you set these parameters. Okay, if this happens,
right,
then this is for me.
Makes sense.
If it don't happen,
it's not for me.
It's just not for me.
Right.
And you maybe you keep almost like fleecing, right? Like, like I was just in church the other weekend.
What's that, fleecing? What is that?
Yeah, like, okay, so like I don't know where it's at in the Bible, but I don't remember the story. I don't remember the name of the guy. I feel like it was in like.
So now I'm gonna have to look that up.
But anyway, he was saying that like he was like, he's like, God, if you make the blanket wet and the ground dry, I know that it's coming from you. I need to go to war. So I don't know if he was going to war or something. I don't know, something like that.
Right.
And then God did it.
Right.
He was like, well, God, just to make sure it's you, I want you to make the ground wet this time, but the blanket dry.
I think you're talking about Elijah.
I don't know.
I think that's the story.
Don't give me the line. I don't know.
Go ahead.
and then it happened again.
Right.
And then it's like, okay, well, God said we need to go to war.
Right.
But then he said, oh, well, like, we got too many people.
Right.
You need to shrink your army down.
Oh.
And it's just like all these, so I think that whenever you're pursuing a purpose, and again, not to not have failure, you have to do that. You have to have that fleecing.
Well, that's intentional thinking, though.
Yeah, it is.
Think about it, because you're looking for it.
Yeah.
Some people don't want to see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just what it is. Like, it ain't going my way. It's a failure.
That's a dangerous spot.
It is.
So how do we move people out of that?
Let me see. I got a few stories. I wanted to be a rapper. No, let me go back to football. Well, I kind of knew, man, because after 11th grade, all of our star players left. In 12th grade, we had a couple on out, but I kind of saw how that was going. Then our coach, who's been with us since 8th grade, he was let go before when we hit our senior year. I was like,
over with.
So I was like, cool, I just sell drugs. So
environment.
Yeah, I just sell drugs. Like, I could be big at that.
I could be big at that. I could be the biggest drug dealer.
It don't look that hard. I could just do that. But I mean, that didn't work out. Yeah. So, okay, cool. Entrepreneurship, well, I started rapping. I was pretty cool with it, right? Didn't say it didn't get too far. There was a couple of things that went wrong at that time, and I kind of lost hope. But I didn't stay there, though. See, that's the thing. Like, when you lose hope, people lose hope and just sit in it, and they just stay there. So, and they keep playing it back in their head. Next thing you know, it's 10 years later, and they're still there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't stay there because I knew, when it comes to purpose or a calling, we talked about it before, but it's that itch, that burning desire. Mm-hmm. Like, I know I'm called to greatness. I just don't know in what capacity or in what thing I should be great in. Yeah. So it's just been really just, all right, so not an artist, maybe a label. Okay. Well, let me manage my brothers. Oh, okay. I don't have money to do videos. Let me figure out how to do videos. Oh, I can do videos. Yeah. Maybe a video company. Yeah. Oh, no, I don't want to do all this. So it's kind of like, that type of thing for me, man. Like, I think that first and foremost, like, we have to understand that it may not go as we plan. Mm-hmm. That's okay. You have to understand that who you are. Man, I have a scripture here, man.
Yeah, man. Get us with the scripture.
Let me give a scripture of the day or of the week.
So something you said earlier that I want to revisit.
Let's go.
You talked about your attention span not being the best.
Right.
Do you feel like it's always been that way across like generations? Or do we like just try to throw it just because we're in the social media phase now? We try to throw it out that like, I feel like attention span has always been short.
Yeah, but for me, I know for sure.
I don't know. I just sometimes I think we just give them. Sometimes we don't give the right, or we not make excuses, but like we blame kids too much.
Yeah, sometimes. We don't try to look at
where
ourselves.
We were.
Yeah. Nah, that's been me. So if a man is doing the same thing, Lord Jesus help me. With me and my wife, why? What? Jesus, she's like I ain't gonna say she's worse than me, but
in terms of attention span,
man, like
on to the next squirrel.
Yep. But God bless her mind. I love you, boy. We're gonna figure it out. So the scripture of the day. Scripture of the day come from John 16:33. Since we're talking about failure, no, I don't. I mean, I believe there's no failure, but you do have to be intentional and you have to focus on purpose. When I say purpose, I mean God intentions for your life. So that is your source. That's who you always fall back to, regardless of what you have planned, what you think should go, or how you think whatever should go. You should always fall back to Him. But John 16 says, these things, this is Jesus speaking, these things I have spoken to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you would have tribulations. There's comparisons there. You know, in me you will have peace. In the world you have tribulations. But be of good cheers. I have overcome the world. In this scripture alone, and I didn't see this until now, we talking about failure. In this scripture, there's no failure. He just made a comparison. He said, in me, you have peace. Go to God, go to Jesus, you have peace. And then he said, in the world, you have tribulations. But then he came back and say, but be of good cheer. I've overcome the world. So pretty much, ain't no failure.
Right.
Just go to God, man. Go to him. Go to the Father, man. Because there ain't no failure in him.
Yeah.
He knows all. He sees all. He created you. He formed you. He knew you before you was even formed in your mother's womb.
So that's the sauce.
That's the sauce, man.
So okay. So how does one go to? Because like, okay, let's say everybody's not a believer,
Right. Man.
so you know, like,
Jesus.
is there anything that's like,
Non-believers can do.
you know what I'm saying?
I can't speak as a non-believer because I've been a believer for a while now. I wish I can.
So is it a principle?
A principle. Lord, help me with this. Is there a principle that you left on the table?
'Cause- Wait, read it again. Read it one more time. Because I think, and I feel like this scripture keep coming up.
He said, these things I have spoken to you, that in me you may have peace.
Peace.
In the world you will have tribulations, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world.
What's the strong for peace?
Let's see. Strong for peace would be peace. Come on, man. We are podding, so I should be able to look for this, right? What was that, John 16:33?
I don't remember.
Yeah, John 16:33. Y'all bear with us, man. We're trying to get y'all some context here, man.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think I appreciate you looking it up and doing all that, because like the fact of the matter is, like, there's people that probably watch us, but also more importantly, the people that there's people that's in the lives of the people that watch us that they're not going to be able to come to them and tell them, hey, go to God. You know what I'm saying?
So I will say this then. I will say this. I'm going to speak to believers and unbelievers. Just have connection, man, with each other. You know, the Greek word for peace is one. Peace, quietness, rest. You know what I mean? You may not be a believer, but you may have a friend that's a believer.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, and that friend may possess the peace, you know, that will cover you. I can say that.
Yeah.
You know,
Or
you can have like a Vo. She's not a Bible thumper. She's not gonna hit you upside. I'm not gonna do the same either.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I do understand. Maybe a friend that have the understanding. But I mean, could I say that?
But what if they, okay, so it says being one and going to in your quiet space. What if, okay, let's say that you had this plan for your life.
Right.
Your life is not going the way you thought it was going to go. You're supposed to be entirely different path. And right now you're watching this because you're just trying to figure it out.
Oh, I like how you brought something to mind. Go ahead.
What if it's time for you now to go to your closet, to your room, shut the door, and just sit?
I like that.
And just ask, okay, where do I need to go? And just let your mind go. Become one with yourself.
Yeah.
The creator.
I will say this. Only way to do that, I'm glad you brought this up. I'm glad we're breaking down this communication thing. We're breaking down communication between, you know, believers and non-believers. It's good. I will say this. You have to go into a place of peace. And the only way you would go into a place of peace if you go into a place of the now, the present.
Being
still. Because God is still.
Oh, that's the only way you're gonna figure it out.
Because you said it. You say go into your closet, you have to be still. You can't think about the past nor the future. You have to think about this moment.
What does that mean though? Like what does that mean? Think about this moment. You just let your mind just whatever thoughts come, let them come.
How can you think about this moment? What's in front of me? I got a mic, you right there, mic here. How many knobs on this machine? Mm-hmm. It sounds tedious. It sounds weird, but the more you are at one with your environment right now, what's going on with you right now, the more you are one. Because you're not in tomorrow. You're not into yesterday. You're right here.
And there's answers in that?
Oh, definitely. Yes. Definitely. There's answers in the stillness. Definitely. You might notice things that you never noticed, even about yourself. You might start hearing your own thoughts like, yo, where did that come from? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can put it that way.
I like it.
I mean, there's a word.
That word.
All right, we'll take it.
I appreciate you breaking that down because I just wanted to make sure we go into that because I just know how people think.
Right.
And I know how I like if even I'm a believer and I sometimes still like so
I feel you. Like break this all the way down.
Video, they had this girl and I don't know, it could be true. I don't know, but they had this girl like she was like on crutches.
Right.
Going into like they had this tub inside of the church or wherever they were. And they had to get inside the tub. And then she get out and she walking, you know what I'm saying? And it may have happened, it may have truly happened, but like
I feel you.
I don't have that type of faith or that type of.
That's not my calling.
You know what I'm saying? Like those type of miracles, I don't necessarily because I've seen it manipulated in the past.
Right.
I don't take it as
right.
So that's why like whenever I hear somebody say just go to God, go to Jesus about it, whatever, like
right.
It don't always resonate with me because like, okay, what does that mean?
Right. Like, right. No, you got to break it down. And reason why I think for all this time, the church has failed. We talk about fail. Not really failing, but I think the church, we have to be intentional with our communication, just like what Vo said. And I'm glad you brought that point across because now it makes me like, okay, how can I communicate this to someone who don't have the same belief system? You know, what is God? God said, I am that I am, meaning I am present tense. You know, I am that I am mean being. Yeah. Being. We are human beings. Yeah. Like we exist right now, right here. And we have to understand that we exist right here, right now. All the way to do that is to be present. Yeah. You can't think about tomorrow. You can't think about yesterday. And when you're present, that's where do you get most of your revelation? When you're thinking about next week?
In the shower.
Because you're water. You're present. That's the thing. You're present, man. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, we got the best podcast in the world, boy. Let's go.
Man, come on, man.
Go, boy. Come on, man. Bring it home, boy. Let's go.
Man,
let's go.
Come on,
that's
man.
That's how you do it right there.
Bro,
that's how you do it.
We got to break this thing.
Because that's the only place I'm still at.
Right.
Is in the shower. And that's when I had like my best ideas.
Right. Is that me too?
Dang.
Yeah, no. Never mind. I was going to say the other thing, but never mind. But what'd you say?
What other thing? No, that's just no.
Okay, cool. Never mind. Yeah. But yeah, being still, man. Like when you're in the shower, like those things, like find things that you can do that's going to cause you to be still and not racing and not holding on to the past. Cause that's where that hold us back. We talked about that in JTNS. Like we hold on to so much that we can't grab hold of what's going on now because we're holding on to yesterday and we're trying to control tomorrow. So we can't see what's going on right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's a good answer, bro. Yeah. That wasn't for me, man. That was that you brought that. You threw the alley hoop, man.
That was
God. God. Oh, that's gonna be a drop. But don't let me find that, boy.
Oh
man. So yeah, dang. We good?
We good, bro.
Hey,
we good.
Y'all be sure to like, share, subscribe to this information, man. Hit the bell.
Hit the bell.
Hit the bell, man. Let's get this information out of here, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow, download, Am I missing anything?
No.
Follow and download, man. Look, we everywhere. No excuses. All
I
right.
just always talk about the comments. Just I like the interaction,
Man, the comments, man. Comments. We like engagement. Like we like to know your thoughts. We not doing this for us. We just not talking for an hour for us. We want to hear your thoughts too. Like let's connect, man. Let's do that. All right. We good?
Good.
All right.
Stick and move, we can get it done. Call it unity, it ain't no way around it. Cultivating, we get motivation from the big guy. We don't play about him. Going hard for the game, showing love, on tolerate.